Arizona squaring off against Seattle. That's going to be an 8:20 p.m. Eastern kickoff at CenturyLink Field on Thursday night. Now, the Seahawks are the 3.5-point favorite at home. Total's 57 and a hook. We are 4-0 in our last 4 extra daily picks on patreon.com/rockpage. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 Underdog tier package picks on that site as well. And access to the Underdog tier package is just $4.99. Now, we currently have over 725 members signed up and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/rockpage. And when it comes to this Cards-Seahawks game here, the Cardinals are plus $1.50 for an upset win. Now, the Cardinals are coming fresh off a miracle victory over the Buffalo Bills. The Hail Murray is what they're calling it right now. Regardless, though, a win is a win, as these Arizona Cardinals have won 4 out of their last 5 ball games. The Cards have also been playing very well away from home. They're actually 3-1 straight up when they travel. They went 3-1 against the number in those road games as well. The Cardinals are scoring 28 points per contest away from home, 174 rushing yards a game in that same category. Kenyon Drake has 612 yards rushing on the season, 4 touchdowns, and 4.5 yards per carry. Meanwhile, the big rushing threat really is Kyler Murray, because he can throw it and pass it. Murray has rushed for over 600 yards on the ground this season himself. 10 touchdowns he scored on the ground as well. Kyler's averaging just about 7 yards a carry. Very dangerous when he has the ball in his hands. Now, his favorite target's been DeAndre Hopkins, who has 861 yards receiving through 9 games and 4 touchdowns. Of course, Hopkins caught the Hail Murray pass. Now, this Arizona defense has been very good on the road as well. Just 17 points a game they're giving up when they travel. Top 10 in the league in fewest yards allowed per play. Jordan Hicks leads the Cards D with 74 total tackles out of that linebacker position. And speaking of linebackers, Hassan Reddick currently has 5 sacks on the season, along with 10.5 tackles for loss and 35 total tackles. Defensive backs Patrick Peterson and Budda Baker also have 5 interceptions between the two of them out of that Arizona secondary. This Arizona defense ranks in the top 10 in fewest pass yards allowed, top 3 in fewest points allowed on the road. Now, they're taking on a Seattle ball club who's on a 2-game losing streak themselves. 67 total points they gave up in those 2 losses. The Seahawks also lost 3 out of their last 4, and they failed to cover the number in 4 out of their last 5. Now, the Seattle defense ranks in the top 5 in the league in most points allowed per contest. They're also in the top 3 in most pass yards allowed per game. Seattle's giving up 30 points a game and over 350 yards passing. The Seahawks are also ranking in the top 3 in the league in most fourth quarter points allowed. Seattle's failed to cover the point spread in 5 out of their last 6 divisional games as well, really struggling to get the job done against the number within the NFC West. Now, injury-wise, Seattle has 1 million guys who are listed as questionable. I'm not going to list them all right here. Feel free to search online for that massive list of guys who are questionable. Meanwhile, on the other side, Arizona's got Phillips, Daniels, Thompson, and Fotu listed as questionable themselves. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, Seattle's most recent outing with the LA Rams stayed 16 points below the posted number for that ball game. Meanwhile, the Cardinals, on the other side of things, they are 4-0 to the under in all of their road games, 67% to the under overall for this season. So although I've been leaning toward a lot of overs over the past couple of weeks, looks like I'm going to lean toward the under in this one. So with all that said and done, give me the underdog Arizona Cardinals plus 3.5 and the under 57 and a hook in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines of personal leans out for NFL Week 11. But before we dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, just got to quickly remind you once again that we are red hot in our extra daily pick tier package right now. We're 4-0 in our last 4 extra daily picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. And if you want to access today's extra daily pick, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. We're also 3-0 in our last 3 Underdog tier package picks on that site as well. And access to the Underdog tier package pick is only going to cost you just $4.99. Now, we currently have over 725 members signed up and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And moving on, we're going to take a look at the Steelers squaring off with the Jaguars. That's going to be a 1 p.m. Eastern start time, and that's down in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are the 10-point favorite on the road. I think they are the most heavily favored team on the card here this week. But anyway, once again, Pittsburgh's -10 on the road. Totals 47.5. The